I'm very frequently asked, what is the best way to move to Poland? And I am going to answer that question in next week's video. However, today I'd like to focus on what I feel is a more important topic connected to that question. Should people who immigrate to Poland assimilate to Polish culture? Now, this is a very personal topic for me because I entered this country as a guest. Despite the fact that I have Polish heritage, I was raised in a different culture and I had a different set of ideologies which really were a basis for how I operated in daily life. But upon moving to Poland, I vastly fell in love with the society, the culture, as I've said many times before in my videos, so I suppose I don't need to bore you guys with it again today. Let's just suffice it to say that Poland is the love of my life. And now I feel very possessive of this love, in fact, and since the beginning of my time here, I got a little bit uncomfortable when I saw other foreigners entering the country. I had this feeling that they were kind of trying to take possession of what was rightfully mine. And I know that that might be a very, very silly thing to say, but I guess I'm a Scorpio, jealous kind of person, and it had always been a huge annoyance to me to meet other foreigners. So when people ask me, Ryan, how can I move to Poland? It's a weird contradiction because on one hand, I make videos promoting Poland. On the other hand, I want to keep Poland for myself. So I thought that I would maybe read you guys a list of questions that actually I would like to pose to anyone who would like to immigrate to Poland. I also believe that these items should be kind of basic criteria of what Polish people would expect from an immigrant such as myself. So the first and most basic question I would ask of any immigrant is, where are they going to put their money? Will they support Polish institutions? Will they support Polish shops? Now, I've seen since Poland joined the European Union that actually Poles love foreign brands and money is spread all over the place, but I feel a huge obligation to support local Polish businesses and to help provide, even if it's in the smallest grosze, contribution to the Polish economy. I think that this is a basic obligation of any immigrant, to support the local firms and to also pay taxes locally, basically supporting the economy. The next question that I would ask is, who do you socialize with? Who will be your circle of friends when you move to Poland? A person who assimilates obviously would make meaningful connections with Polish people. My expectation of any immigrant that would move to this country, such as myself, is that they would find meaning in connection with Polish society and community, not just wander off in their own circles and detract from the values that make this place beautiful. Now, the next question that I would ask anyone who wants to move to Poland is, are you prepared to make the effort to learn how to speak Polish? And it is true that you can come to a big city like Warsaw or Kraków and get by without speaking Polish. But I don't know what you could contribute to this society if you didn't, at the bare minimum, make an effort to learn the language. Again, this connects to attaching yourself to a community of Polish people and actually knowing who they are within their own words. And you might ask me why I don't speak Polish on my channel. If you search my name on YouTube, you can find plenty of videos of me speaking Polish. The truth is that I speak English in my videos because I want to communicate who I actually am to you in 100%. The same way, I like to listen to my wife speak Polish to me because I know that it is authentically her in every percent. So any immigrant who would come to Poland without at least making an effort to learn the Polish language, I would be quite skeptical of. So do you want to protect and enrich Polish culture, or do you aspire to change it? This is a critical question. I can't understand why anyone would move to a country that they wished to change. I think that change should happen within one's own birth country. I came to Poland because I identified with the values of the country and I wanted to enhance them. I want to spread the knowledge of them. You know, every show that I've done in English, which actually has been two, Socash and the Stars with Polskie Radio and then Kult America, has been a tool for me to show people outside of Poland what values make this country special. So as an immigrant to this country, I absolutely do not want to change a thing. Actually, I want to enhance the culture. I want to preserve it and protect it so that my children and their children and their children should be lucky enough to enjoy the Poland that I got to know. And in fact, I think it would be wise to offer skepticism to outside guests that want to change your values and your country. So my next question is, if you'd like to move to Poland, will you read the Polish Constitution? And if you did, do you respect the Polish Constitution? Sure, it's been very controversial recently in the media, Poles arguing amongst themselves about where the Constitution is going. Is the government changing it? Should it be changed? And things of that nature. However, as a guest in the house, I believe you should know the rules as they're laid out and you should obey them, respect them, and preserve them. We made a video celebrating the Polish Constitution, which was an amazing experience for me, and perhaps one of the things that made me feel most assured as a Polish citizen today is that it is a very fair constitution. It preserves the rights of minorities, so myself as an immigrant, if I belong to a different religion or different ideology, I would actually be protected by the Constitution to follow my faith up to the moment that it was harmful for the greater society. So I believe that the Polish Constitution is a good fundament to keep the society intact and healthy. I'm not sure what response I'll receive to these questions. However, I felt an obligation to pose them to anyone planning to move here to Poland, also to Polish people who might be hosting more immigrants in the near future. It is very, very important that the guests in the house know how to behave. It is very important that the guests in the house identify with the values that make this culture so very, very special. Next week's video will be about how to immigrate to Poland. And if you'd wish to see it, please subscribe to Kult America, share this video with your friends, and I will see you next week.